wasn't even around. They didn't know what that was 15 years ago. Heart attack? They didn't know what that was. And the problem is that 40% of all heart disease cases, their first sign of heart disease was what? Death. 64% of people today, when they have their first heart attack, that was their first sign of heart disease. They never even knew they had it. And they died. They didn't make it. Okay? And again, what took place over the last 115 years to make our heart turn on us and want to kill us? Well, there's this word called shelf life. We stopped eating food made by God, and we started eating food made by man. And the food after World War I, World War II, could sit on the shelves like a Twinkie for how many years and still be just fine, right? So food that used to come from a plant or a farm now is made in a plant. Meat came from a plant, not a farm. Vegetables came from a plant, not a farm. And so, okay, maybe made good sense business-wise and simplicity-wise, making life easy. This word now grocery store, you can go to the grocery store and get everything you needed. You don't have to work anymore or pick anything. You could just, it just showed up in magic trucks, right? Fine, but what was the effect on our heart? Well, over the last 115 years, now 1 in 4 people die of heart disease. Now we have all these other words that we know about: arrhythmia, heart murmur, congestive heart disease, pulmonary edema, shunts, pacemakers, EKG, atherosclerosis, angiograms, and heart bypass. See, all these procedures developed as the food chain became no longer food. As we became working more and more hours, as we had less and less time for family, as our world changed, as the choices of others that dictated how we live changed, it was all at the expense of our heart and our health. Okay? So, what are the doctors, the real doctors and the ones on TV telling you to do? Well, here's the thing. Right now, according to the Centers of Disease Control, they'll tell you if you want to protect your heart, then stay on your medications, eat a diet that's low in salt, low in fat, saturated fat, and cholesterol, and rich in fresh vegetables. Take a brisk walk, and if you smoke, don't smoke. Now, does anybody know anybody who smokes and they're living in their 70s or 80s or 90s and they have perfectly fine blood pressure and their heart's working fine? Yeah. So what about them? They should be like dead first, shouldn't they? Right? And the thing is that there's a lot of people taking a ton of blood pressure medication and cholesterol medication, and their heart keeps getting worse. And it attacks them, right? And then, as soon as they start talking about low salt and low fat, that's done more to ruin your heart than anything else. So this is what the bad map says right here. Okay? Expert advice will never fix the problem. You need a new map. If this is your map right now, then you're setting your heart. You have not changed the date for your heart attacking you. This does not have any effect, a positive effect on your heart. That's not Dr. Joe's opinion. That's science and research that I'm trying to use to keep myself around for a long time. Because think about it. My dad, who's had bypass surgery, if I went to him and said, my dad has heart problems and I'm concerned about my own heart, can I start taking now what you're giving him to prevent me from having the problems he has? And what do you think the medical doctor would say? Absolutely, yeah, well, that'd be a good idea, Dr. Harvey. So I have a good heart, and if I start taking that heart medication, what's it going to do to me? Make me sick. Now, come on, really? So, if that medication, if this suggestion will make a healthy heart sick, then how in the world is it ever going to make a sick heart healthy? Think about that. So, high blood pressure warning is a warning. Yeah. So if you do have high blood pressure, it's been there longer than a week, it's a warning sign. We need to find out what's going wrong in your life and begin to change that. Right? Doesn't necessarily qualify you for a medication, right? Or some people may need a medication for a specific time until they find out what's causing it and then get healthy so they don't need it anymore. But the problem is that, yeah, the blood pressure is thickening, your body's trying to heal the artery, so it cranks up the pressure. The problem is if it's there too long, plaquing begins to build up. And the problem is that one study shows, you're going to learn tonight, that painkillers like aspirin and Tylenol are a direct cause of blood pressure problems. Now, for those of you who have been given aspirin, how much are you supposed to take? 1 a day. For how long? Wow, what a great marketing plan. Can you see the confusion there? Okay. Because you don't want to have a heart attack, right? And neither do I. And so the problem is that, again, a stroke, again, don't take your blood pressure pill, or you'll have a stroke, right? The problem is you get unhealthy, that plaque begins to break loose because you're not changing the reason why your blood pressure is high. You're just taking medication that's making the numbers come down artificially, but your body's still making brown grass and dirt. So the inflammation builds up, the plaquing builds up, and one day that plaquing just simply says, I've had enough, and it releases, and it goes to the brain, and you're done. You're done. And the problem is because you did everything the doctor told you to do, and you went untreated. They were just managing your brown grass with medication, never found out the reason why you went from green grass to brown grass, and as you were doing everything you said, you thought you were safe, right? Do all you can. It's actually the cause of it. So, what are the side effects of blood pressure medication? Because again, if my blood pressure is high, there's a reason, right? I need to find out what it is. I just can't take a medication and just keep on living like there's no tomorrow, right? Like Prilosec, oh, just take 3 of these and keep eating all that barbecue. I just want to throw up when I see those commercials. Because that's really what it is. Just take this and never change a thing. I'm like, come on, really? So if it's bad enough your blood pressure's out of control, but then you have to go to the bathroom a lot, then men, things don't work anymore like they're supposed to, right? Then you get weakness, you get leg cramps or fatigue, right? Diuretics, you get shaky leg syndrome, right? Blood pressure problems, blood pressure medication, intense foot pain, which is a symptom of gout. You get asthma, you can't breathe, you get cold hands and feet, you get depressed, you don't sleep well, you get a dry hacking cough, you can get skin rashes, constipation, dizziness, headaches, irregular heartbeat, palpitations, and swollen ankles. Now the good news is that they have a medication for each one of these things to go for you. So it's okay. You know, and as I'm reading this, I go, oh, she's got that, she's got that, she's got that, she's got that, he's got this, he's got this. I wonder if I'd ask them their blood pressure pills. Because they don't know what's going on. And I'm like, well, then there's your sign. The problem is that, again, if I'm standing on the hose that goes to your grass, and you're noticing that it's turning brown, and we don't get off the hose, what we call fancy landscapers, we call organic landscapers, or organic fertilizer, and their goal is to cut up the sod, put a new sod down, or do things, but we never turn the water back on the grass. As you're focusing on managing your brown grass, you just keep moving to dirt or to dead grass, and you're going untreated. Does that make sense? Medication doesn't fix the problem. You're going untreated while you're on it. You're passing your tests, but you're not getting any healthier. And you're getting worse. No, so that's blood pressure. Find out why your blood pressure's high. Remove the culprit. Remove the interference, and your body will begin to balance like it's supposed to. Okay? I'll get into more of that later, but that's my spiel on blood pressure. Now, cholesterol. What is cholesterol? First of all, when you were in the womb, your body was making cholesterol because you need cholesterol. Cholesterol is a substance that covers your nerves. Like all these wires that go to the Vibe platforms that have a rubber hose on, rubber coating. Think of that as cholesterol that helps protect the nerves, protect your body. You need cholesterol. Your body makes cholesterol. Cholesterol is needed to manufacture hormones. Okay? Are the hormones in our society gotten better, same, or worse? Worse. Mrs. Arby's in the room, not here to make any comments about hormones or anything like that. I have 3 daughters, 2 daughters, and 1 woman in my house, and 2 female dogs. I know hormones, okay? So, you need cholesterol. Say, I need cholesterol. And you need a lot of it. Because again, you cannot make estrogen, testosterone, cortisone, and a host of other vital organs without cholesterol. So what's the latest now? Oh, my T levels are low. Well, my estrogen's out of whack. I need this, I need that. Oh, no, you've been shutting down your cholesterol levels either through diet or through statin drugs, and that's why you have a problem. HDL is known as what? The good cholesterol, right? The good cholesterol. It's not even a cholesterol. HDL, high density lipid protein. It's a protein. It's not even a cholesterol. Now that protein moves cholesterol through your bloodstream, and they teach us in school, keep your highs high and keeping your loads low. So LDL is known as bad cholesterol. It's really not bad. It is what it is. It's a low density lipid protein. Both these proteins have a function inside your arteries. Okay? And so again, truth. It's not that cholesterol causes heart disease. You need cholesterol. But when you begin making choices that turn your green grass into brown grass, or green arteries into brown arteries, there's an oxidation or disease process that affects your arteries, and that's when they blame cholesterol, because that's when the plaque begins to form. Inflammation, we'll get into this in a little more detail in a minute. So again, cholesterol is your body's repair substance. Whenever inflammation, whenever there's injury, whenever there's trouble, right? Your body sends cholesterol in to help repair it. So you need cholesterol. Say, I need cholesterol. Okay? More people have died of heart attacks with normal cholesterol numbers than with high cholesterol numbers. So when they do a cholesterol test to tell you how high your cholesterol is and they freak out, the reason they freak out is to put you on medication. Because the science, wherever your cholesterol number is, does not still guarantee your date with a heart attack. Okay? Matter of fact, they're going to see in a minute, any attempt to lower your cholesterol artificially increases your chance of having a heart attack. Why? Because you're going untreated. Okay? And you need cholesterol to protect yourself, and now you're removing it, and now you're wide open for more disease. So you actually go to dirt faster. You were brown grass, but now you're going to dirt faster because of the effects of the cholesterol medication. There's a higher death rate with low cholesterol than high cholesterol, and statin drugs, cholesterol drugs, lower cholesterol, but do not change the mortality of the heart attack or stroke. So they tell you, if you don't take it, what's going to happen? Bad math. Or if you get off of it, what's going to happen? Bad math. It's fear. It's fear. You need to change your lifestyle. And so, again, we forget about how Business Week did a whole article on Lipitor. Okay, for many people, cholesterol drugs may not do you any good. We forget that, but it was right there. So here's the side effects. Okay, again, you have issues causing you to go from green grass to brown grass. This talks about your heart, right? So if you don't do something to make your heart go from brown grass to green grass, then you're going to be in trouble. If they give you a vitamin or an herb or a medication to keep your blood pressure or your cholesterol low, and you're doing nothing else but just taking the pill, then you're doing nothing to make yourself green grass. Does that make sense? So the whole time, what's happening to the health of your body? You're going what? Untreated. And now you're taking a toxic substance that, as you take it, now has even more negative effects on your body, like liver damage, your arms and legs go numb, your shoulder pain, severe joint pain, right? All these knee replacements, all these hip replacements, Wow, what happened in the last 20 years? You're just bionic bodies just start to shut down, right? Shoulder pain, muscle fatigue, impaired memory, sexual dysfunction, heart failure, and your heart's a muscle, right? Muscle wasting. Your heart's a muscle. You need that, right? Limit protection of cholesterol against cancer, depression, CoQ10 production. You need that, and cataracts. Because of the medication you're taking. Because you don't have a heart attack, so you may have good numbers, but now your heart's still attacking you, and now you get all of that. Welcome to America. Congratulate yourself, right? And so again, cholesterol drugs, and again, according to this research of the UK, they followed 114 patients with heart problems who began taking cholesterol-lowering drugs. They found at every point you decreased your serum cholesterol, there was a 36% increased risk of death. So you dropped your cholesterol 10 points with your medication. Doctor says, high five, you're doing great. See you in 6 months, right? But you increase your chance of having a heart attack 360 degrees, 360%. Remember the ankylologist? I don't care, your numbers are good. So, again, the dangers, statin drugs. The liver can no longer make cholesterol when you stop this enzyme. That's what you take cholesterol medication, it shuts your liver down. Never a good idea to shut your liver down. Okay, the problem is your brain tissue is made of 60% of cholesterol. Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's. Better, same, or worse in this country over the last 20, 30 years? Worse. Wow. And how about the increase of taking statin drugs? $15 billion a year they're making. Problem, also CoQ10, say I need that. Helps reduce inflammation. I'll talk about that in a minute. Protects you from cancer. Cancer better, same, or worse in this country? Wow, what a neat little things going on here, right? Yeah. Also primary building block for your brain. So, and again, if you're put on statin drugs, my goal tonight is not you quit taking it, but you better at least, your doctor at least better putting you on CoQ10, which is medical, it's a standard in medicine. Get a statin drug, tell them to get on CoQ10. If you haven't done that, that may be the first step to take before you start getting off everything and anything, is start taking this. Okay? That's simple. I mean, we're Americans, we like taking things, right? You know, that's easy. Okay? Okay, and if that wasn't bad enough, there is a good news part to this whole talk. I'm just kind of making you feel depressed when I bring you back. Okay? How about this? Has anybody given you any Vioxx or Bextra or Celebrex? All double the risk of heart attack and stroke. Over-the-counter pain medications are associated with increased risk of heart attack and stroke too. Wow, we really need to look at this whole thing differently and live different, right? You know, it's just crazy. So, next time, if you're going to have your blood tested, okay, this is a writer downer, right? There's certain tests that you want to have done. Total cholesterol doesn't tell me as your doctor how healthy your heart is, but there are some blood tests that are beneficial to tell us if your heart is going into brown grass or is at brown grass. And these are the tests that I suggest. First one's called an NMR lipoprotein profile, right? It's not about how much cholesterol you have in your body, it's what the particle size is. If they're big fat particle sizes, then they could be potentially harmful to you. But if your cholesterol is high, but your particle size is low, then you're one of those folks who can have high cholesterol and your heart will be just fine and no problems. Okay? And again, I'll just say it now. If your doctor refuses to do these on you because they have not taught him how to study this yet, or he'll lose his job because it's more functional medicine, I have an account with the lab. I can fill out a sheet. You can go there and do that and get it done that way. But see if they'll do it for you first. So NMR lipoprotein profile is number one. Number two is homocysteine test. Have you heard of homocysteines yet? Okay, homocysteine is important, right? That tells me if your diet and your life is causing inflammation on your heart, and it basically a homocysteine test tells me if there's inflammation causing your heart to be brown grass or go into dirt. Okay? And then the next test would be C-reactive protein. That's a test that tells me how your muscle, how your pumper is working. All right? Now here's the thing. If you have C-reactive protein problems, they have found that that's a stronger predictor of cardiovascular events or disease than the LDL cholesterol. Okay? So it's not how high or how low your cholesterol levels are, but if your NMR is off, showing that you have large particles, large plaque particles, if your homocysteine levels are off, if your C-reactive protein levels are high, then that tells me that your heart is at brown grass regardless of how you feel, right? And the solution is not putting you on medication. The solution is finding out something, and then every 6 months or so, 3 months, repeating these tests and watching them go back to green grass. And the last one is PLA2, right? Plasma lipid protein 2. Shows me exactly how stressed out your heart is from inflammation, which increases inflammation, which is 98% of all disease, not just heart disease, especially heart disease, right? But it shows me is the stress hormones attacking your muscle as well. So those are 4 tests that I would demand. I would say, hey, you're going to do blood tests, you're going to charge me money, make sure those 4 are done. PLA2, C-reactive protein, homocysteine, and NMR lipoprotein profile tests. If you need help, let me know. I have sheets on that. I can tell them the numbers. I can call your doctor, explain to them if they need help with that. Or we have the sheets, and you take it in and go, look, this is what I want to get done. Here's the code number for it. And the LabCorp does it. So LabCorp does most testing for all hospitals and doctors. Okay? So that was kind of show you that I do know what I'm talking about. I'm not just some crazy chiropractor that just wants to eat granola and not shave my legs, okay? But I do know what's going on. But what if you already have blocked arteries? Oh no, I already have stents put in. Oh no. Listen, here's the thing. You have a new body every 12 months. Again, innate's on the job. So if you start changing your life and start doing things to make you go from brown grass to green grass, then literally in 12 months you can have a new heart. Your body can rebuild itself. So you may have scars from the old lifestyle, right? You may have old wounds, but your body can rebuild itself and make it better, make it stronger, make it healthy, make it new. So it's not a death sentence, okay? It's not a death sentence. All right, so what are your choices then? What are your choices telling your heart to do? That's because it's all about you, right? Where's the power that made you? It's inside you. It's on the job. So literally, it's your living. It's what you're doing. It's what I'm doing that's causing my blood pressure, my cholesterol, my body to be at brown grass. The good news is if I want to, I can fix that. So what are we talking about? Well, here's the thing. Should you lower your cholesterol? I don't know. If the hippo's chasing you, the cholesterol number is not the issue. The hippo is. Okay? We need to fix the hippo. We need to shoot the hippo, get rid of the hippo, kill the hippo, do something. But it's the hippo that's causing the problem, not your blood pressure number or the cholesterol number. Does that make sense? Yeah. Be concerned. Is there a hippo following me? Why am I so stressed out? Fix that. Okay? And again, here's what Time Magazine says. This is the real cause of blood pressure and heart issues and things like that is this word called inflammation. Everybody say inflammation. Inflammation, right? So, if I go ahead and I punch Doc here in the arm, his arm's going to inflame, right? And the thing is that what do we do to fix this inflammation? First of all, prevent me from punching him again, right? Get rid of the hippo. But then, if he has a bruise and he's inflamed, well, that's his body's response to what I just did. So every time you make a poor choice in food or thought or lack of exercise or spine or toxins, your body has to react in a way. It's either going to react positive or it's going to react negative. You're either making green grass or you're making brown grass. You're never just staying the same. Okay? So every choice you make every day of your life is either going to build green grass or it's going to make brown grass and dirt if you keep making that same choice. Okay? Because inflammation is the secret killer. So what else does inflammation cause? Cancer, cardiovascular disease, heart, Alzheimer's,